Tonight on AEW Dark, Jurassic Express will be in action. We'll also see Jack Evans, one half of Hybrid 2 against Brian Pillman Jr. Hikaru Shida will also be in action. We'll also be hearing from Team Taz. And our main event tonight will feature the Lucha brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix. So, this week's edition of AEW Dark kicks off with Jurassic Express against Bear Country of Bear Bowler and Bear Bronson. So high on this team in real life. I think they've got such a big future ahead of them, and we'll be definitely seeing more of them as this series continues. But in this match, it is Jurassic Express that goes over. They are starting to pick up a bit of momentum here, as it was Jungle Boy pinning Bear Boulder. Jungle Boy overcoming the odds, as he always seems to do. And we're definitely going to see more of that as well. Jungle Boy, the story that's being told around him as of late in real life too. Up next, we hear from Jake Roberts. He cuts a promo, sat in a rocking chair, placed on some decking. He talks about his Motorhawk monster Lance Archer, who is in the background, beating up fools within a practice ring. Screams can be heard. Jake laughs and promises that this Wednesday, a fight for the fallen on Dynamite, it won't be pretty. The sands of time are about to run out. The last grain is about to fall, and Cody is yet to step in the ring with Archer. He won't know what's hit him though. He thought it was tough against Miedo. Well, Jake just sadistically laughs as the promo ends with the camera zooming in on Archer hitting a blackout on a fool within the practice ring. So building towards that main event for Fight for the Fallen, the TNT Championship on the line. Cody Rhodes defending against the Motorhawk monster Lance Archer. As our next match of Dark sees Hikaru Shida, former women's champion, back in the ring against Ashley Vox. And it is Shida that goes over. We haven't seen Shida for some time in this save, and we definitely want to start getting her involved just a little bit more with the women's division here, and we do have that new show starting soon. Up next, we get a quick promo of Hangman Adam Page sat at a bar drinking. What's new there? The TV mounted on the wall seems to be playing flashbacks of Page's moments in AEW so far. He gets up and leaves as the final shot is of Page and Kenny Omega celebrating their tag team title win against the Young Bucks at Revolution 2020. So again, more of a cinematic sort of promo. Page reliving some wild moments in his short AEW career. Jack Evans and Angelico of Hybrid 2 make their way to the ring. And out next is the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. They are currently unbeaten as a tag team so far, 1-0. Once all four are inside the ring, a heated discussion starts to take place. Jack Evans begins to argue with Pillman, and Angelico is acting cocky, doing his dance in front of Garrison, and it's Griff that takes the first shot, knocking Angelico on his ass. They both take the fight to the outside, Garrison whipping him into the steel barricades. Pillman Jr. and Evans go at it as the ref calls for the bell. We're definitely going to be seeing more of the Varsity Blondes. Can Brian Pillman Jr. get one over Jack Evans? Yes, he can. It's a fast roll-up, so Evans comes out of this match looking slightly strong as well due to the finish, but Pillman Jr. beating him within 6 minutes 48, and Pillman with an in-ring performance of 46 there. Pretty much the same as Jack Evans, and after the match, Brian Pillman Jr. celebrates inside the ring after getting the quick roll-up. Evans is on the outside. He can be heard cursing Brian Pillman as he makes his way up the ramp, rejoining Angelico. Griff Garrison joins Pillman in the ring as they continue to celebrate. So that ends that segment, that match with the Varsity Blondes. Could be moving into a bit of a rivalry there with the Hybrid 2. We'll have to wait and see. Taz is backstage. He cuts a promo on Jeff Cobb, making bets look like an amateur on Dynamite last week. He announces that next week here on Dark, Team Taz are going to prove why Charles Betts made a mistake. Next week, it'll be Betts versus Cobb on Dark. And Taz then turns his attention to Chris Jericho. He warns Jericho to stay out of Team Taz business. He got what he wanted at Fight Fest when he beat Ricky Starks. If he continues to stick his beak where it don't belong, well, Team Taz will have no other option than to be on the offense. Up next, the Dark Order make their entrance. John Silver and Alex Reynolds, along with Eric Redbeard, stand at the top of the entranceway as they part for Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, who walk down the ramp ready to take on Top Flight, who are already in the ring. And it's a disappointing match, this one, but it is the Dark Order of Evil Uno and Stu Grayson that do go over after 7 minutes 56. Grayson getting the pin on Darius there with a reverse pile driver. We're going to start building up the Dark Order now, since they've notched up a couple of wins under their belts over the previous couple of weeks. Well, after the match, Evil, Stu, John and Alex Reynolds and Eric Redbeard stand together, united in the ring. They raise their arms and say, "We are one." They leave after picking up another win. So we're not getting the best of segment ratings with the Dark Order. It's probably because of how long they've been off TV. If we can start slowly rebuilding them up, and hopefully they'll become a bit of a force in maybe a month or 2 months' time. Have to wait and see. Up next is our AEW Dark main event. The Lucha Brothers against the Von Erichs. I'm not sure. Did these two face off in MLW in real life a couple of years back? Maybe in 2018. We'll have to go and check that. But this is the first time they've faced one another in this TEW 2020 save. And it is the Lucha Brothers that go over. It was Penta pinning Marshall Von Erich. And it's the Von Erichs return to the series as well. It's the first time we've seen them in quite some time. Well, after the match, Penta and Phoenix stare down the camera and can be heard saying that they are coming for the Elite one way or another. They're going to take everything that they hold dear. AEW Dark comes to an end. So we know the Lucha Brothers, they are without Pac after what went down at Fight Fest in that main event against Kenny Omega, that non-title unsanctioned match. Anyway, this week's Dark finishes with an overall rating of 53, which is down from 65 last week. Bit disappointing, but this is Dark. This is where we experiment. Anyway, that is it. I will see you all very soon for Dynamite.